Hey, Max here. I'm back with a vengeance and to tier rank all the cards in the game again. Adding on from, what was it, a month and a half ago when I last saw you in this. I updated it all. Took me a while to sort it all out. We'll start with the quarterbacks, of course. So, these quarterbacks, why do you get ranked high? It comes down to two things. Three, maybe a little bit more. But we'll say three big things, right? Abilities and the cost at which you get those abilities, your throw motion, and your speed. Those three things make the best quarterbacks in the game. And as you see, the S tier for me right now, I will say, first of all, these tiers are not ordered. But, you know, this is pretty close to ordered, I guess. They're not ordered at all throughout the whole thing. They're just tiers. And, you know, even if you're using a guy that's a couple tiers lower than S tier, you can still win plenty of games. Just as long as you get your scheme right and your ability set up correct, you should be fine. Okay, so anyways, with all that said, you know, quarterback, if you stay in the pocket, go outside of it, I think you kind of got to do a lot of it nowadays with how the game plays. I currently am running Bo Jackson on my squad, and really, like, they talk about God stacks out there and the best stack and what you should get on your quarterback. I'm currently running Gift Wrap, Roaming Deadeye, Hot Route Master, Set Feet Lead. Now, Hot Route Master and Set Feet Lead are like the big two. You just need those two and you got the best quarterback in the game. Now, you also have throw motions. Traditional 4 is the best throw motion. So we got that Bo. We also have, you see Doug Williams, big surprise in S tier for me too, also with traditional 4. Great throw motions. But Roaming Deadeye, that's as long as you're outside the pocket, you're scrambling out, as long as you let go of right trigger when you throw the ball, it will blue past it, make it perfect. Just, you know, you can get under pressure and accurate, so know that. And then Gift Wrap, if you got the 1 extra AP, it really helps you catch the ball, and you might as well use it since you will get some completions that you wouldn't have otherwise, especially like nice high points and stuff. So that's like the great stack on a quarterback. Now, you don't need that whole stack. It just really helps you play the ball out the pocket. So as long as you're like Aaron Rodgers, he's A tier. He's got a lot of great abilities, but he's slower. Josh Allen has a terrible throw motion. I don't think I'm going to go through every card and justify their location, but this is kind of how I have it. So depending on how you play offense, if you're from the pocket, obviously you can get by with Aaron Rodgers if you're not getting out. But the ability to scramble when a guy rushes 3 against you, or if you want to do like a rollout corner route because some people go kind of crazy. And the defense is kind of hard to pass the ball on with the knockouts. Let's be real here. But there are absolutely ways. Like I pass the ball up and down the field every single game running non-meta formations. It is totally still possible even with the knockouts out there. But you do got to get a little bit sometimes outside the pocket, a little dancy. And that's why roaming down, and that's why speed is so important. So even though it all kind of works together. I have to rank it, I go like abilities number 1, speed, and then maybe throw motion last, but throw motion does matter as far as if I'm going to rank the quarterback. So there we go for quarterbacks. As far as the tier ranks, how I'd have it, I don't know. Do you guys have any disagreements here? I feel like this is, I don't want to say like 100% agreed upon, but it's pretty close to, you know, most people's acceptance of the quarterback position in MUT. You know, we'll talk about other abilities. There might be some more controversial stuff later, but there are like a lot of positions in this game right now are basically like all abilities. And like there's certain abilities that are overpowered. The running back position is 100% a position dominated by one ability slash maybe 2 abilities, but one big one, which is the Angry Run slash Freight Train, which basically auto breaks a tackle on first interaction. So Angry Run, Bo Jackson, in my opinion, is the best in the game, but Beast Mode and Emmitt Smith right there too. You're probably wondering why slower players are up here with the faster guys that are newer releases. It's because they have like the Angry Run Freight Train type of thing on them. So they kind of get into A tier too, along with the guys that don't have it but are still really good running backs. Also, the other one along with Angry Runs is Evasive. So, in my opinion, the guy that stacks them both in the game right now and is the best thing. I tried out Josh Jacobs today for the comment. It's Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson is the best in the game because he has Angry Run and Evasive for 1 AP. And that combo is just stupid overpowered, right? Like the game has devolved into this, like at the high end level that you'll play an online head-to-head, the top elo bracket, it really is Evasive and it's a jukebox repertoire in there, and Angry Runs, right? Stretch alert, looky, RPOs. It's along a stack it with linchpin. I did not tier rank a lineman, but basically secure protector, linchpin, identifier, threat detector. That's really what you need on the offensive line. This pay to win squad. I got I don't know, 5 million coins locked up in my offensive line right now, and it's absurd the difference in not only pass protection you have with a full secure protector offensive line, also the better run, because inside stuffs no longer matter, no outsiders no longer matters with the secure protectors. Linchpin, like, guys will not shed in the run really. With linchpin if you get them locked on, and then the threat detector and identifier to get all sorts of information about the defense and what they're going to do. It's truly overpowered and kind of BS in my opinion. So with that said, I guess the cards that are expensive are worth it. It's so bad right now. And Bo Jackson, Emmitt Smith, I feel like is the most slept on guy in the game. Beast Mode's he's kind of lowered in price. Not as bad as he was before prior to some of these, but if you guys have a chance of getting high in running back, make sure it's Bo Jackson. He is the best in the game right now. He makes the game very bad, very bad. Otherwise, I don't know if there's any other disagreements you guys have on A, B, C tier along these guys. There's a lot of good running backs out there right now, and like even if you don't have Bo or one of the S2 guys, there's still a lot of insane moves you can make with jukes and off that divasive / juke artist, that kind of stuff. So I will say the one thing about the receiver position, unlike last year where the receiver position was dominated, absolutely dominated by short in elite, short out elite, and the abilities that actually, like, the abilities were way a bigger deal last year, but they nerfed them to the ground this year, right? Last year, it was a man coverage meta, and you need those short out, short in order to, like, beat man coverage or route tech. This year, it's a zone meta. You don't need them. They also don't help you route run on the short in, short out. Route tech does, but because it's not a man meta, you don't really need it. So the receivers themselves, outside of, like, some things are pretty good. Matchup Nightmare's pretty good. Red Zone Threat's pretty good. Yak 'em Up, the X Factor, unlike Darius Hayward-Bay, very good. Or Michael Irvin, very good, right? When you catch the ball, it's basically, angry runs after the catch, which is, as you know with angry runs, incredibly good. So if you can't get those guys, get them. I was thinking about buying DHB, but I did not for my Steelers theme team. I might end up replacing, I don't know, Plax with him. I actually kind of like my slot a little slower for, like, corner routes underneath my streak routes, but we'll talk about that some other day. And that's just like how the strategy of setting up your offense, because I have my slot frequently going on corner routes, and then I have to roll out underneath them to beat the deep out knockouts in order to get the ball underneath them. So, anyways, with that said, there's a lot in the S tier, right? There's a lot in the S tier, and a lot of the S tier is going to be guys that are tall. I think taller receivers are much better. You get a better chance of, like, boxing out the defenders from catching it through you. Now, if you have, like I say, a Tyreek Hill. Now, Tyreek Hill, you'll see for me, even though he's 99 speed, he is an A tier. There's something about him and the smaller guys this year. I just don't feel as comfortable throwing the ball to him. Their catch radius isn't as big. Like, if you accidentally throw a bad read in the coverage, you're not getting those bailout catches that somebody that's 6'5", like Megatron, Collinsworth, Plaxico, even 6'4" guys like Pittman, Watson, these kind of guys, DK 6'3". So I do absolutely believe in the heart of the cards, and that height does absolutely matter. You guys should know that playing this game, how much height matters. High points, it's also important. So while other cards are here, actually, Juwan Jennings actually might move up to S tier for me. I really like that card. I think I'm gonna end up re-promoting him. I have not used the 97 Keyshawn Johnson yet, so maybe that ends up being an S tier. I don't know, but I'll put him in A tier just for safety. So a lot of cards that maybe if they had a few more inches would be higher. Valdez Scantling is pretty close. If you're on that Super Bowl theme team, he's probably S tier though. But there you go. S tier, A tier, B tier, so on and so forth on the receiver. All right, now let's go to tight end. Tight end again, very much like receiver. Obviously, blocking matters at tight end. Blocking matters at receiver too. Something I didn't talk about. The run block does matter. Holding your blocks, again, if you're a runner, does matter. But tight end, right? Versatile, fast. That's what you truly need. I think the best tight end in the game is Bo Jackson with Vanguard activated, because Vanguard is overpowered. It's stupid. It's awful. I hate it. Okay? So getting Bo Jackson tight end, running behind Bo Jackson running back with Bo Jackson quarterback. I don't know. They made him insane. They truly should have only allowed us to have one Bo Jackson on the field at one time, like they did when they first did this Bo Jackson stuff in 18. That's the one thing I said. Like, the Bo Jacksons I'm cool with. I like it. It's fun, whatever. But, like, I think they should have limited it because these Bo Jacksons are all the best at their position. And being able to stack them all is crazy, okay, on the Combine theme team. Anyway, so that said, tight end Bo Jackson, OP as heck. OP as heck. I'm not using him because I'm running a Steelers theme team. And I'm okay sacrificing and losing the Vanguard because Darnell Washington is a mountain of a man. And he's also with the Steelers theme team boost. Wait. Oh, wait. I screwed up. He should be 98 speed. Whoops. What'd I do? Who'd I lose? I must have taken somebody out of my lineup. I must have taken somebody out of my lineup. Somewhere. But I lost something. Can anybody find my marbles? What did I lose? I don't know what I lost, but I lost it. Anyways, we'll fix it by the time I stream next. I like them. So even though it's you don't get the Vanguard later in game after 9 plays, I still really enjoy the height on Darnell Washington. And like I talked about, some of these guys that have matchup nightmares. You see Mike Evans on my squad's got matchup nightmare. Darnell Washington has red zone threat, which I think it's pretty good because in the red zone, some of the guys you're going to go against are like safeties, but the safeties won't have mid-zone. They'll have deep zone on them. So you can still get some pretty nice spec catches. But I would imagine when the game moves forward and more people start to get more mid-zones on their safety, like I'm running mid-zones on my safety, I think red zone threat will start to get neutered a bit because knockouts beat every single catching ability in the game, at least from what I've seen. Now, there was an insane play today I saw by Mike Evans. I think matchup nightmare plus gift wrapped does some crazy things for me. So that's something I'm looking into right now, actually, against some of the knockouts. Defensive end. There are 2 great ones. Karlaftis is obvious. Now, I will say Colossus, which I had been running on Karlaftis, against secure protectors, kind of dead. It kind of sucks now. My pass rush on Karlaftis and Warren Sapp at defensive tackle has taken a huge nerf bat going against so many guys running secure protectors on their offensive line. So it's almost to the point where not enough people have it yet, but the meta's starting to shift and up. Once these cards start to get a little cheaper, people start to get more guards and tackles with the secure protector on, you might switch off of the glowy defensive lineman guys because they're basically wasting your X Factor slots when you could throw like universal coverages out there, okay? So Karlaftis is still an absolute game wrecker. Same with Warren Sapp. We'll get the D-tackle soon if they don't have secure protectors on them or post-ups, double teams, that kind of stuff. Aiden Hutchinson, on the other hand, you're like, whoa, Aiden Hutchinson. I don't really hear a lot of people talk about Aiden Hutchinson. Why is Aiden Hutchinson that dude? Well, Aiden Hutchinson has a little combo that I really like on this Genki card, okay? So, my favorite edge right now is no outsiders. Now, I just talked about secure protectors stopping it, but no outsiders is still nice. He then also has, you can obviously do like flat zone, whatever if you want, but I wouldn't do anything. I just use no outsiders for run defense and then go ahead and throw unstoppable force elevated 3 off the edge. So you can get that same stuff or dual threat. Dual threat, I've heard good things about dual threat. I have not yet used it enough to judge, but I think I'm going to start switching. I'm going to try dual threat in one of these streams. I know it's MLB season here or whatever, but we'll be getting some Madden stuff too. So I will eventually switch and try out dual threat since, I guess there was only one guy in Twitch chat said he liked it better than Colossus and Warren Sapp's Unstoppable Force against secure protectors. So that's why he's my number 1. And as you see also on defensive ends, my entire A tier either gets like those unstoppable forces or whatever, Matabuke, or they get that 0 AP, no outsiders. That's kind of the only chemistry that I'm really looking for in my defensive ends is help against the run. I think double or nothing is good. The problem is, again, it gets stopped by secure protectors, and you also have to pay attention to your pass rush points unless you stack like defensive rally to help out on 3rd and 4th downs. Okay, so here's where I'd put my defensive ends currently. But the meta is getting shaken up by secure protectors without a doubt, and that might drag a couple of these guys back down to A tier if their glowy stuff isn't standoutish anymore. Same thing at defensive tackle. Warren Sapp, he's in a tier of his own with that unstoppable force on activated the whole game. Plays really well. And then I kind of like thick guys. I like guys you can turn upside down in a cup and they won't slide out. Right? Dexter Lawrence. The run is just so oppressive right now. Like, 1 AP for inside stuff used to be awesome. But, like I said, Secure Protector has changed the game as we play it. And so now I don't even run inside stuffs anymore because they're not going to help. It's just a waste of an AP. There's zero AP inside stuff. So you kind of go for thickness and versatility and some speed there. Warren Sapp, I still think is he still the fastest defensive tackle in the game? So that's kind of what you're looking at, thickness and speed there, along with some cheap to free abilities. Linebackers, you're looking for lurk artist, mid zone KO, flat zone KO, and height, kind of those things. Fred Warner, our newest guy, has got free mid zone and lurk artist, and that's why he's right here at my middle linebacker 1. Now, I have not been using him. I've been trying out Bo Jackson with secure tackler. We'll talk about it. Well, he's on my list too, also in S tier. Now, he has the knockout chem, technically, right? But it takes 9 plays to charge up dual threat, defeat pass blocks, and disrupt catches. So he does have the knockout, but it won't happen for a little bit in the game. So this is a really nice combo because of the amount of Bo Jacksons out there that are going crazy at running back. Just auto shedding every first tackle, having a secure tackler out there that, you know, if you can get contacted with a user, you can actually help stop them. Okay. So Isaiah Simmons is tall and fast. And then Zaven Collins, I'm really interested in getting this card just for the 0 AP inside shade, so I can man up guys on, like, you know, the double post route that's really powerful, the double corners, that kind of stuff to help them not get beat on those. Even though I don't have the greatest of faith in it, it'll help a little bit. And then A tier is going to be either height and speed. Chuck Howley's still a dangerous guy. Super Bowl theme team, it might still be best theme team in the game. That and like maybe a combination of 25 combine. Then we have other guys with lurk artists, other pass rushers out there off the edge, speed in A tier. So linebacker is a weird spot between drop linebackers and pass rushers. It's kind of collaborated position right there on our field as far as defense. So depending what you're running there, like I said, I like my edges with no outsiders. I like speed because there's a lot of guys scrambling, chasing down running backs and quarterbacks. Very important. Speed to the ball is insane. Secure tackler for free like Leo Chanel. We talked about the dangerousness of that Bo Jackson angry runs. But yeah, if like the jukebox doesn't kill you, the angry runs will. That's kind of just how the game is. It's a running meta. It's probably the biggest running meta we've seen since Madden 20. At cornerback's another position completely, 100%, just like safety, dominated by abilities. Okay, so the big ability, I guess every single position in the game outside of receiver is ability dominant. Receivers, height, speed dominated. Okay. So you want the cheapest abilities. And it's a zone meta because man's, fortunately, not overpowered this year. It's a zone meta. You can still run man. I've still played against some guys who run man that had pretty stiff defenses, okay? You guys know how much we enjoy stiff Ds here and putting them out on the field. But zone defense. So you really want cheap, mid, and deep zone. Those are the rare ones. And so Teron Johnson, like, he's kind of sticking out like a sore thumb. Devontae Adams, we know his power level. Woolen right here is like 3 million coins or 2.5 million coins. But these are the kind of guys that get deep out in the mid-zone knockout. Let me show you Teron Johnson. Teron Johnson, I think he's borderline right now. Personally, just because I believe it's 3 AP, right? Mid-zone. Oh no, it is 2 AP. Never mind, I'm wrong. He is firmly an S tier. For some reason, I thought Devontae Adams is Teron Johnson mid-deep, but he also gets pick artist. For his ganky stuff, Pete, Tariq Woolen, all of them getting Tariq Woolen's great at safety because he gets deep zone knockout, not just deep out. So I like my safeties with deep zone knockout so they can knock out balls between the hashes. So stacking mid zone, deep zone, very powerful right now. Very, very, very powerful. These guys, like Herb Adderley gets that stack for 3 AP, which is why I have him at 1 tier lower. Instead of getting it for 2, he gets for 3. But they got Ward. Surtain's 96 and 97. A lot of people argue his 96 has better chems than his abilities than his 97s. And, you know, I don't hate it. His 97 still got decent chems, depending on where you're going to play him. I actually stacked Patrick Surtain twice, hilariously. I'll just put them both right there, 96, 97. Jair, Sauce, you know, he gets flat zone and pick artist for free, I believe. So he's a better, weirdly, he's much better nickel than he is an outside corner. Chuck Woodson, same thing for 0 AP at that nickel. He's actually currently my nickel. I'm probably going to go back to Kevin Byard there. But there you go. Like, the thing about DB and CB, I feel like on the outside defenders, right? Your deep defenders, outside corners that are playing deep, I don't really care as much for height, right? Because I just want the ball knocked out. Interceptions are really nice with the pick artists and stuff. But I really just am trying to defend like streak corners, some posts, those kind of things, and trying to get the knockouts on those, okay? Whereas it's the under players. It's the nickels, it's the linebackers, it's the guy that maybe put in a hook zone. Those are the ones that I desire the height out of, because those are the ones that get those like 15-yard rob jobs, okay? The Harold Carmichael types. So you guys have seen those absolutely BS animation interceptions this year, and height absolutely matters to get, like, you know, extra yards behind you in a bigger wingspan taking it out. I still don't know why wingspan isn't in this game as an attribute. It really should be. But anyways, with that said, safety, you're going to get a combination of guys you put over top and underneath, both at user or at nickel. Byard, I love at the nickel. I think he can also play a pretty mean safety. Derwin James, Justin Simmons. Justin Simmons, my current free safety, because he is mid-zone and deep knockout. Not deep out, deep knockout. For 2. So deep zone knockout for 2 AP along with mid zone, which is huge. Rashad Jones. Rashad Jones is deep out and mid for 1. For 1. So he's actually an outside corner for me. Kyle Hamilton, he's just tall and fast. He doesn't get the best ability stack like the guys above him do, but he's just fast as heck. Right? I can show you my Kyle Hamilton and how he's playing. At 6'4", he's made some insane plays. Actually, right now, because I tried out Cam Curl, I had to actually put Hamilton back at user. 99 speed on this Hamilton. Wait, how does he have 99 speed now? Did I somehow fix my 50-50 without even knowing? Wait a second, what? It's still 49. Wait, how do you get +2 speed? I don't know, dude. I'm not going to ask. Oh, he's a Team of the Year card. That's how he's getting +2 speed. So, anyways, the abilities make them S tier. Physicality and decent abilities make them A tier. Now, Jared Brown right here, I could see if you want to put him into S tier, because if you utilize his X factor, he also gets mid zone for free on that, which takes him into an incredible safety with that. So how I'm using X factors, as you guys saw, was on my D line. And I think I'm going to go back to Kevin Byard at nickel with reinforcement here to help get knockouts for both the RPOs and whatnot. I could also put Bo Jackson with his knockout stuff. I don't know. There's a lot of flexibility that you can do with the knockouts, universal coverages. You can run man coverage. You can run a whole different lot of different things on your X factors. But that's currently as I have it. This is probably not my number one God Squad lineup like I want to see it, but those are my tier rankings as far as the game and the abilities you can stack for them. So let me know if you guys got any comments or questions about how I ranked all of the cards in the game. There they are overall. And obviously you want the best guy overall for the best price, and a lot of these cards are like millions of coins, so kind of just look through and judge yourself.